Hey, casual crypto investor family, it is the casual crypto investor, and I am back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about, could we see an end to the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, potentially maybe in January or early part of 2025. I have an article that I want to share with you because it's looking like the SEC might just have to just drop this thing, drop this foolishness, and let Ripple do its thing. So I have an article that I'm going to share with you, plus some other content too as well. I have another jam-packed episode for you today. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. Looks like we're kind of trying to bounce back a little bit. We're up almost 1% right now. We're sitting at a $3.32 trillion market cap. Looks like Bitcoin is trying to get back to 95K, sitting at $94,800. Ethereum looking to try to also get back to as well to that 3,400 price point. XRP still holding tight, and that $2. It's not as high as maybe $2.20 or so. Looks like it came down a little bit, but we are up on the 1 hour and 24-hour too as well, which is great to see. So super excited about some of the things that are happening right now in the crypto space. I'm just super excited for the new year. I know that's going to be in a couple of day or two. And I think 2025, especially for us crypto holders, I think it's going to be definitely a good year for us in 2025. So I'm super excited about that. All right. But before we get into the episode, let's just take a look also too as well. Quick shameless plug. Feel free to follow me on my Twitter. You can follow me at Casual Crypto Investor. Sometimes it's easier for me to tweet than it is for me to make a video sometimes, because as you know, and I know, things are happening so fast in this crypto space. So sometimes it's hard for me to drop and make a video every time something, some kind of breaking news happens. So feel free to follow me on there. Plus, you can stay updated on what's going on with the casual crypto investor community. All right, so let's get into it. First, a bit of information. Shout out to Armando Pantoja, or I guess Pantoja is how you pronounce his last name. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name there, but he tweeted that Coinbase pays $424K on average and ramps up hiring for 2025 crypto bull run. So I love that. I definitely retweeted that too as news. This is huge news right there, because they're already forecasting that 2025 is going to be a great year for crypto. So super excited about that as they revamp, or if they kind of, get people, working for them and kind of loading up with employees, because they know that 2025 is going to be a good year for crypto. And that just makes me even more bullish on crypto for 2025 and even just beyond 2025 too as well. Moving on to as well. This is huge too as well. And if you're looking for, and again, this is not financial advice. I'm just trying to give you guys information about things that are happening in the crypto space. But if you're looking for a semi cheat sheet, and I'm not saying you should invest in these, I'm also kind of speaking from my own personal experience too as well. But these are some of the cryptos that I've been investing heavily in. So Smoke, shout out to Smoke. He was basically saying that, yes, the unified ledger will include ISO 222 compliant crypto assets. And so many of these assets are compliant. And so, and many of these, I believe all of these companies, if I'm not mistaken, are American based companies. If I'm correct, if I'm not correct, please correct me in the comment section down below. But these are cryptocurrencies that I've been heavily investing in. These are cryptocurrencies that if, Donald Trump does do what he says he's going to do about potentially looking at, not having capital gains taxes on American-based cryptocurrencies, the Hederas, the XRPs, the Stellars, these are cryptocurrencies that I want to have in my bag because I think these a lot of investors will probably run to these particular cryptocurrencies. And so hopefully we can see some nice gains from that. And I want to have all these in some way, shape or form in my portfolio. So Quant is probably one I don't have at all, really, because the price point's a little too expensive for me, to be 100% honest, when I can buy Stellar or Hedera or even Algo or even XDC at fractions of a cost. So my money goes a little bit further with those cryptocurrencies, but I do think in the long term that these cryptocurrencies will do very, very well in the future. All right. Moving on to as well. This is another thing that came across my desk or came across in the Twitter space. That Martini guy tweeted that will Binance delist USD on January 1. And so, man, just thinking about that, I think that that would be almost kind of a death blow, or at least a death kiss to Tether. I mean, you know, and Binance is probably one of the largest, or is probably the largest exchanges in the world, or crypto exchanges in the world. And I do think that potentially that if that does happen, because as you already know, and as I did a video about this maybe a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago, you know, USDT is being taken off a lot of the European or all of the European crypto exchanges. So you will not be able to hold USDT in Europe. So, you know, if that happens to Binance, I mean, wow, that would be absolutely insane. And if that happens with Binance, then there's a good chance that obviously the larger exchanges here in the States would most likely not, you know, basically you wouldn't be able to use USDT for transactions. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Do you think that this is a possibility that Binance could delist USDT? Let me know in the comments. Love to get your opinion on that too as well. And then also, I'm going to share a video with you. This is Charles Hoskinson talking about working together with XRP. Let's get into it.
Can you share any new updates regarding your talks with Ripple? On their early days, you know, we'd like to include Ripple in the Midnight ecosystem, and there are ongoing talks between the Midnight people and the Ripple people, and a lot of technological talks as well. And we've been trying to learn more about how their stack works. There's some Cardano tech we invented, in particular Marlowe, that would be tremendously useful with the Ripple ecosystem, and it would be a lot of fun to see what we could do there. And also, just some things in Ripple, like Flare, for example, are pretty cool, pretty interesting. But, you know, it takes time for these things to ferment. And the first step was just technical conversations. And that's what we did with David, who's been tremendously helpful and a great asset. And then at some point, once you've gotten beyond that, then there's actual integration work and other things to get done. But overall, they've been easy to work with. We met also with the Real USD people. They were just finally got past launch, and they're trying to recover from that because that was an incredibly time-consuming effort, but we're really proud of them. And I do believe they're going to start adding other chains next year. And my recommendation to them was a self-serve model similar to Coinbase's Rosetta. It makes it a lot easier to see who's serious and who's not serious. But it would be fun to bring that into their orbit. There's no reason for us not to work together.
Yeah, man, crazy stuff right there. I love seeing that Charles is looking to work with XRP. I think they're stronger together than divided, and so I'm just optimistic and love to see what type of projects and how they collaborate together with Cardano and XRP. I hold both. Big fans of both. I know Charles has had his ups and downs and frustrations. And I think a lot of it, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, we're all human. And so, you know, there's a lot of things that irk us and make us maybe not think so clearly. And I know, you know, Charles Hoskinson in the past has had some choice words for Ripple and XRP and other cryptocurrencies out there. So, you know, I know we all have bad days, you know, and so I'm glad to see that he's kind of reset a little bit and is looking to work with cryptocurrencies instead of against them. This whole tribalism way of thinking is not beneficial for the crypto space. So super excited to see what type of collaborations that XRP and Cardano can collaborate with. All right. So let's get into this article. It says XRP lawsuit news, Ripple case at risk of being dropped, says Gasparino. So let's dive into this article. It says Charlie Gasparino, a New York Post columnist for Fox Business senior correspondent, recently appeared on Anthony Papiano's podcast. They're big on Fox News. If you haven't seen these guys before, they're heavily involved in talking about crypto and finance and all that good stuff. And so in the article, it says Gasparino made harsh comments about the SEC's handling of the Ripple case, calling the regulation unnecessary. He discussed the possibility that the ruling might be reversed, potentially putting Ripple back under legal scrutiny. He noted that with changes in political leadership, such as the potential influence of Donald Trump, there could be shifts in how the SEC handles the case. Gasparino made it clear that as a reporter, which I like to hear, he remains neutral in the crypto debate and will cover the story objectively, which is reassuring to hear, especially in today's media climate. Regardless of the outcome, as he does not have any personal stake in XRP. He's quoted here that he says, I think that there's a chance it gets reversed and XRP and Ripple's back on the hook. The SEC may drop the whole thing now that Trump's in there. That's a whole other thing you have to worry about. And this is why I get it from both sides, both pro crypto and anti crypto. And I think he's being subjected there. I mean, it can honestly go either way. You don't know. But obviously, I think that, with Trump being in there, with him hiring a new SEC chairman or chairperson, I think that there's a good chance of this lawsuit being dropped. And wrapping up here in the article, it says Ripple case under Paul Atkins. So there is growing speculation about how the Ripple's case could be affected by the incoming SEC chair, Paul Atkins, following the resignation of the current chair, Gary Gensler, on January 20th. The same day as President Trump's inauguration, the SEC's filing deadline for its appeal is approaching on January 15th. So this is going to be a big day to watch right there to see if maybe, who knows, they might drop. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is a date to definitely watch after the agency requested 90-day extension in October, pushing the deadline past the U.S. presidential election. The transcripts for the appeal are set to be ordered by December 31st, which is just in 2 or 3 days, and must be fully delivered by January 30th, 2025. March 2025 will be a crucial month when the plaintiff will represent arguments against Ripple and the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse. Ripple Labs and Garlinghouse must respond by April 7th. So we still got some time, guys. This is not going to be overnight, but I like the fact, well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if something happens in January. Obviously, January 15th is going to be a big day there. We also have, Gary Gensler leaving on January 20th, Trump taking the office on January 20th. So I'm praying and hoping that we can maybe get some resolution before March. I would hate for this, lawsuit to be kicked down the road even more than it already has. But at the same time, too, I guess to kind of look at it one side or another side of it, it does give us even more, time to buy more XRP. So, I'd rather be buying XRP at $2.19 or $2.20 than $5 or $10 or $20. So, even though my portfolio would love to see that, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of you guys out there too would love to see a $20 XRP out there, but hey, it gives us an opportunity to accumulate more XRP. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Do you think this is something that can end the first part of the year, or maybe even in January? Or do you think this thing will last until maybe March or April of 2025? So let me know in the comments what you think about that. If you like this type of content, please definitely give me a subscribe and like, and definitely share this with your other friends that are in crypto too as well. And I appreciate every single one of you. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.